calm, serious tone. Over cinematic visuals of ancient ruins and glowing cityscapes, he was called the wisest man to ever live. A king who built a temple said to house the Ark of the Covenant, ruled a united kingdom that stretched from desert to sea, and yet, in a single generation, it all fell apart. Betrayed by idols, divided by politics, forgotten by time. This is the story of King Solomon and ancient Israel, the wise king and the splintered kingdom. How one man's brilliance created a golden empire, and how his flaws shattered it. Stay with us until the end to uncover the full history. And if you're new to our channel, make sure to like, share, and subscribe so you never miss the latest stories from world history. King Solomon and ancient Israel, the wise king and the splintered kingdom. Opening shot, a golden sunrise over ancient Jerusalem. Calm, serious tone. Before Rome, before Mecca, and long before modern nations drew borders across the Middle East, there was a kingdom, built on stone, scripture, and wisdom. This is the story of King Solomon, the wisest man to ever live, and the rise and fall of ancient Israel. 1. The United Kingdom of Israel. Maps and artistic reconstructions. Around 3,000 years ago, a powerful kingdom arose in the hills of Canaan, known to history as the United Kingdom of Israel. It was ruled first by King Saul, then David, but it reached its golden age under David's son, King Solomon. 2. Who was King Solomon? Scrolls, temples, and desert landscapes. Solomon, son of David and Bathsheba, was chosen to lead not by force, but by wisdom, according to the Bible and Jewish tradition. When God asked Solomon what he desired most, he asked not for wealth or victory, but for understanding. And so, Solomon became legendary, a king, a judge, a poet, and a builder. 3. The wisdom of Solomon. Reenactment of the baby dispute story. His most famous tale. To women, one baby, each claiming to be the mother. Solomon proposed to cut the baby in half, a shocking idea. One woman agreed, the other begged to give up her claim to save the child. From this reaction, Solomon knew who the true mother was. This wasn't just justice, it was psychological brilliance. 4. Solomon's achievements. Temple of Jerusalem 3D reconstruction. Under Solomon's reign, Israel prospered like never before. He built the first temple in Jerusalem, a magnificent house of worship for the Ark of the Covenant. He forged alliances with Egypt and Phoenicia. Trade boomed, culture flourished. His court attracted scholars, merchants, even a mysterious Queen of Sheba. 5. The Queen of Sheba. Exotic imagery and speculation. Legend says the Queen of Sheba traveled from the south, perhaps modern-day Ethiopia or Yemen, to test Solomon's wisdom. Impressed by his intellect and wealth, she returned with gifts, and possibly, according to Ethiopian tradition, with Solomon's child, starting a royal bloodline. 6. The downfall begins. Idols and foreign wives. But wisdom does not make one flawless. Solomon took many foreign wives, hundreds, and built temples for their gods. He taxed the people heavily to fund his projects, and as his power grew, so did resentment. 7. The kingdom divides. Map animation. Israel splits in two. After Solomon's death, the United Kingdom crumbled. In 931 BCE, it split in two. The northern kingdom, still called Israel, and the southern kingdom, Judah, with Jerusalem as its capital. Brother turned against brother. Rival kings ruled divided lands. 8. What happened to these kingdoms? Archaeology, ruins, and exile. The northern kingdom fell first, conquered by the Assyrians in 722 BCE. Its people were scattered, the so-called lost tribes of Israel. Judah lasted longer, until 586 BCE, when the Babylonians destroyed Jerusalem and exiled its people. The first temple, Solomon's masterpiece, was reduced to ashes. 9. Solomon's legacy. Modern Jerusalem, Torah scrolls, Ethiopian churches. Yet Solomon's legacy lives on. In the Bible, where Proverbs and Ecclesiastes bear his name. In Jewish, Christian, and Islamic traditions, where he is remembered as a prophet and sage. In Ethiopia, where emperors once claimed descent from him, and in Jerusalem, where his wisdom and temples still echo through stone and scripture. Final scene, soft orchestral music, aerial view of Jerusalem. King Solomon ruled a kingdom that glowed with glory, but cracked under its own weight. He was a man of contradiction, wise yet flawed, powerful yet human, and Israel, once united under his crown, was never quite the same again. This was the story of Solomon, the wise king, and Israel, the kingdom that rose in gold and fell in shadow. Subscribe for more history that shapes our world. Serious tone, over cinematic visuals of ancient ruins and glowing cityscapes. He was called the wisest man to ever live. A king who built a temple said to house the Ark of the Covenant, ruled a united kingdom that stretched from desert to sea, and yet, in a single generation, it all fell apart. Betrayed by idols, divided by politics, forgotten by time. This is the story of King Solomon and ancient Israel, the wise king and the splintered kingdom. How one man's brilliance created a golden empire, and how his flaws shattered it.